needed.
That would be too fucking much. All right, Bet the Deep podcast, episode 4.
Boom, we're
I'm
live.
pretty sure it's 4.
4 or 3?
Yeah, I think it's 4. 3 last week. We had, I want to say we're up to like 9 correct bets so far, not including UFC. I'm pretty sure we haven't missed a UFC bet. But like, we got the Suns last week and the Spurs, or the Suns and the Hawks, and we also picked the Red Sox to win, and they did too. So we had a better week last week. We're getting
better. We're starting to. If you do it every week, you start to see the numbers better. You know what I mean? So.
Right. So today it is April 22nd, 7 p.m. We're getting ready for the weekend. This weekend's pretty big in sports. It's not as big for combat sports as it was last week, but for this week, we still have the UFC pay-per-view. We have a bunch of good NBA games. We got a couple good MLB games, and we got some
Great games.
I was going to say NHL, but I don't know if I'm going to look into the NHL games today. So what we got in store is a couple MLB, a couple NBA, and then we can finish off with UFC 261 because Mark's going to be coming for the last like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So what would you rather start with, MLB or NBA?
Celtics start at 7:10. So start with some NBA.
Go for it.
All right. So we got Phoenix Suns versus the Boston Celtics. Suns are -1.5 coming in as the favorite. Celtics +1.5. Money line +105. Over under 221 for both.
I'm gonna take the over on that.
I would take the over.
And
I'm gonna take the Celtics, and I'm gonna tell you why. With the points. I'm gonna tell you why.
Take a money line. You're gonna take the points.
I'm just gonna take the points because you got to. They're traveling far. It's a far travel, man.
Arizona to Boston.
Yeah, it's a time difference.
It's kind of far, but it's nothing they're not used to in the NBA. We make a lot of statements about travel, but like NBA in particular are used to it. You know what I mean? They have like the best private jets and they have the best accommodations at the hotel. And it's not like it's a 2:00 game where you're getting there and then 3 hours later you're playing. Like they got there like 10 hours ago, and then they got to hang out. And now they're playing at 7:00. So
yeah. I don't know. I think Celtics are hot.
Celtics are definitely hot.
They're definitely sporadic though.
Mm-hmm.
And versus good teams. I mean, do they have the best track record? No, not especially this year. I am a fan of the Celtics, but I like the over. Cutting the game's interesting, but
so you got the Suns 42-16, 8-2 in their last 10, and the Celtics are 31-27, 8-2 in their last 10 as well. The Celtics have an 18-11 home record. The Suns have a 19-7 away record. 19-7 might be the best record away of any. It is the best away record of any team in the league. So the Suns are really good traveling. Not only that, but I believe in their last. I believe they won their last 2 games. I think they're on a 2-game win streak. They beat the 76ers yesterday. What was the last one?
Yeah. 76ers, that's a good win. I mean,
before that, did they really not play for 3 days?
No, they're right there.
Before that,
Spurs.
They lost to the Spurs. Yeah, but I feel like they beat the Bucks. That's what it was. So they beat
the Bucks.
They're coming off the Bucks and 76ers win. So that's the 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference already. I like the Suns in this game, and I would probably take them with the points because if you're going to bet a money line, you're going to take a -1.5. I think it is going to be a good game though, especially in the Garden. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 1-point difference, but I definitely have the Suns either way. I would take the over 221 and the -1.5. Both of those -110 odds.
Yeah, I take the over in the Celtics.
All right. Speaking of those 2 that the Suns just beat, the 76ers go to Milwaukee to face the Bucks. Bucks -6.5, -270 money line. 76ers +220 money line, and the over-under is 225.
people are liking the 76ers because they were at +7 not that long ago, and it's getting closer to the game. So,
well, the 76ers still have the best record in the East.
Yeah, and
I don't know if
honestly,
you saw it, but they had a fucking crazy. Joel Embiid almost had a crazy buzzer beater yesterday.
I am going to take the 76ers with the points. Even though it's in Milwaukee, I think the 76ers, they match up well. They don't have the best away record, 17-12.
It is pretty fucking crazy that they're +6.5, and they have the best record in the league. I wonder if they have any.
They're 17-12 away, but that's not counting with the points. You know what I mean? They're not getting
17-12 away. Bucks 18-10 at home.
That's not the best home record. So, to the best teams in the East, that's not the best home record.
Right. I just want to check to see if there's injuries, because I'm assuming there has to be. Or else the 76ers would not be. I mean, I get that it's in Milwaukee, but like, how the fuck are you going to give the best team in the East +6.5?
Well, Giannis can be slowed down, hopefully, today with Embiid.
Right.
And I think that
that's dangerous for them, because then Embiid's going to be only looking at him, or he's going to only be in the paint. So if you get a big man that can move, like the Bucks, who do they have?
Game 1, so they faced each other already, and it was, was that
where?
Right there to the right, 109-105. Bucks won.
Yeah, so the Bucks won the first game of the season. They actually play each other twice in the next couple of days. Both in Milwaukee.
Yeah, so I like the 76ers at +6.5.
I just want to see. Ben Simmons is out. That's part of it. That's part of it. Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Well, now we're talking about a guy who gets a lot of steals, top 10.
One of the best defensive players, and also
league.
is good for 7 assists and 12 points a game. Down low, someone who can go
establish
inside,
the offense.
Go inside, opposite of Joel Embiid, with quickness instead of just with force, and make it so, I think the 76ers are going to have a lot of trouble scoring as many points as they would. So I'm going to take the Bucks. -6.5 is tough. I think I would just take a money line. I don't think I'm going to touch the points.
I mean, they're -270.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
All right. I'm going to stick with the Sixers. I'm going to take the points.
I'm going to take the points.
And I'm going to take the under in this. No Ben Simmons. I think Giannis is going to have a tough time. I don't think the Bucks really have another answer. You know what I mean? I really don't. I think it's going to be a very, very close game.
Sorry, I'm writing those that we just said.
Yeah. We can also do halves.
So did you say you have the Celtics money line or +1.5?
+1.5. Next we have the Pelicans versus Orlando Magic, which starts in 4 minutes.
Pelicans, Orlando Magic. That's Pelicans all the way.
Yeah. -10.5.
Oh, real quick. I'm sorry. I didn't say over-under on the 76ers Bucks game. I am going to say under 225.
Under 225? Okay. Pelicans, Orlando Magic. Pelicans -550. Orlando Magic +400. Over under 219. So I'm not touching the game. Over under 219.
Yeah, those are some crazy odds, huh? 219. I'm going to go over because I don't think either of these teams have great defense. Although the Pelicans are all right and the Magic don't have great offense, but I think the Pelicans can score 140 points this game.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go ahead and take the over.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over as well.
And I would take Pelicans money line, but Pelicans money line is -550. So, I mean, just some little sprinkle on top of something.
Yeah, definitely put it on a parlay. People are taking the points with the Pistons, and I agree. Pistons versus Spurs tonight, +9. Over unders 216.
I would take the Pistons +9.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. They were at +10 or +9.5 not too long ago. And you know what? 216. I'm gonna go under. Because they're both kind of
Under, over, under. I'm not gonna touch that. I don't think, because that's right about where I would think it would be, like 110 to 106 kind of thing. So that looks perfect for me. So I don't think I'm gonna touch the over under 216. Would you take Detroit money line or just points? +9 on points,
+9.
+350 on money. Yeah, I think I would take them as well.
money line. You get a little. Crazy.
So just to recap, you have. Oh, actually, we got one more game. My bad. Lakers Mavs.
Yeah, Lakers Mavs. Lakers +3, -110.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Dallas -3.
It's in Dallas.
Yep.
Which I like. So
let's see if there's.
Take Dallas and the over under
any
216. I'm gonna go over 216. 216. I'm gonna go over.
AD. Oh, is LeBron back? LeBron might be back. This does not have him scheduled for the injury report, so LeBron might be back, although I don't think he's back just yet.
High scoring game last time, 138 to 115.
Right.
Lakers obviously taking the win. But yeah, I'm gonna go over 216.
I would go over 216 in that as well.
Mavs -3. Okay. Baseball.
Hold on, I just want to recap basketball real quick because the picks that you picked. All right, so Phoenix at Boston, over under 221.
Over.
Bucks or 76ers. Points or money line.
76ers points.
76ers +6.
Yeah, and a half. I picked it when they were +6.5.
And 76ers Milwaukee, over under 225. I said under. Over?
Oh no, I don't know. Over under 225. What is this? What game is this?
Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Ben Simmons is out.
Under. Coming from that end.
You got New Orleans money line against Orlando.
Not touching that. I'm just touching the over under.
Okay.
What is that?
219.
219. I forgot what I said before.
I'm pretty sure you said under. I said over. I think you said under.
I think I said over because of Pat Zion.
All right, so that's basketball picks locked up.
Boom.
And that was great timing because the Orlando Magic versus Pelicans just started and the Celtics Suns just started.
Boom.
Boom. All right.
So
MLB.
right now we have the Red Sox starting up with Seattle Mariners. Red Sox are -1.5.
Sox are
Nick
-1.5.
Pivetta is on the mound.
Let's go to MLB standings.
Yankees are on right now versus Cleveland, 0-0. But I think Indians have runners really on base because Yankees money line's +250 now.
I'm pretty sure the Mariners are really good. America's in the AL. The Mariners, I mean. Yeah, they are. 11-7. 7-3 in their last 10. Red Sox 6-4 in their last 10.
Yeah.
And this is in Boston. Boston's actually 6-1 away, 6-6 at home. But they did lose their first 3.
Yeah, at home. So scratch out. They're 6-3.
Mariners 5-2 away.
That's gonna change. You can't have that good of a record. Look at everyone else.
All right. So the question is, though, do the Red Sox beat them by 2 runs? Over under 9.5. I'm gonna go under 9.5 for this game.
I'm gonna go under 9.5 as well. And it's hard for me to ever pick against the Red Sox, but Red Sox minus 1.5 at plus 105. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that explosive offense.
You're gonna take.
I'm gonna take it. Maybe they can squeak it out, win by 2-3 runs. I mean, and yeah.
You got minus 1.5.
I got minus 1.5.
Like that. Minus 1.5 is plus 105. By the way.
Plus 105. Yeah, that's what
That's pretty good.
It's a good bet.
Mm-hmm.
We have coming on soon.
Mets versus the Cubs today.
Mets
travel to Chicago to take the Cubs. That's another 9.5.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Yeah. Mets Chicago.
I'm not going to touch the over/under. 9.5 seems right.
I'm going to go Cubs because of that guy with that Chris Bryant stat. It's a sign.
I like the Mets. The Mets have been doing good this year. I like who is it? Is it Tatis?
No, Tatis he's on Athletics. Or the Padres?
Padres. Who did they just sign? Who did the Mets just sign?
Not sure. But
Lindor. Francisco Lindor. That's what I'm thinking of.
Well, I'm taking Cubs plus 1.5.
Mm-hmm. Mets 7-6. They are 3-5 away. Chicago Cubs are 8-9, 6-5 at home. So the Mets having a 3-5 away record. I would have to see who they've actually gone to because I bet it's a good team, but that 3-5 away record kind of scares me. So I might take the Cubs. The Cubs are plus 1.5. I would probably just take Cubs money line. I think
taking Cubs money line. I mean Cubs plus 1.5. You with the money line, huh? Wow. Good for you.
Well, yeah. That's a safer bet than plus. Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm not thinking. I would take spread. I would take the spread of plus 1.5.
It's minus 170, but you're getting that reassurance. You know, 1.5. That's a big difference.
Both taking Chicago plus 1.5. I'm not gonna touch the over under 9.5.
No,
because you never know. These are two deep teams that can score runs, and the pitching's pretty good. Neither of the aces are on the mound, though.
I'd go under. I'm going under.
Cool. All right, and then we got the Padres at the Dodgers.
Or we could let's go Angels Astros. Starts at 8:10.
Angels Astros. All right. I'm gonna go over 9. I'm gonna say that right away.
I'm gonna go Angels plus 1.5. You know what? Scratch that. Angels money line plus 110. I think Angels are going to have a good year this year. I think they're a sleeper team in the next coming years. I think Trout's going to get a...
You're going to have to tell me what you said again. You said Angels plus 1.5?
Nope, Angels money line.
Angels money line.
At plus 110.
It's not bad, actually. It's not bad.
And
what am I going with? Let's look at the records.
I'm going to go over.
All right, so as of right now, the Angels are 9-7 with a 3-3 record away. Houston is 7-10 with a 1-5 record at home. Got to protect that home court. They're 1-9 in their last 10. I'm gonna take Is this the first game in the series?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because
Angels just
lost 2 in a row.
Angels just had a home loss against the Rangers. All right. I'm going to go Angels. Who's pitching? Alex Cobb's pitching. I'm going to go Angels money line.
Sprinkle.
That's actually a pretty good bet because they're plus 110 as well.
Thank you, Zach. I'm full of surprises sometimes. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Miami Marlins versus San Francisco Giants today at 9:45.
I don't give a shit about this game.
All right.
If you want to talk about it, go. But I don't know anything about either of these teams.
Skip.
Padres at Dodgers.
Dodgers, good game.
Great game. Walker
game,
Buehler
great
on the
game.
mound for the Dodgers. I'm going to go ahead and take the Dodgers minus 1.5.
I'm going to take the Dodgers minus 1.5 as well at plus 125. Tatis is hurt right now, I'm pretty sure. So over under
7.5 under.
Go under 7.5 for the Dodgers. Put that on a parlay too. That's the parlay.
I'm gonna go minus 1.5. I'm a big fan of Walker Buehler. What's crazy is he's only like the fucking 4th pitcher on that roster right now.
Can you put that parlay for me too? I'm gonna do all 3. I'm gonna do the minus 1.5, under 7.5, and then parlay both.
Minus 1.5, under 7.5,
and the parlay. So put it in the box.
Can you do that with the same team on the same game? You can parlay under and money line.
Let's find out. What do we got? Oh, you can't.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
All right, and that's going to be it for MLB. So we just banged out NBA and MLB. We'll be going over our answers shortly, but real quick, we are going to take a commercial break. You're watching Bet the Deed podcast on Naked.Sportz. That's Naked.Sportz on YouTube if you want to go check out our Bet the Deed podcast, along with all the other podcasts we have on Naked.Sportz, including MMA Complete, Titletown Throwdown, Unapologetic with Chet and Duffy, We Rise podcast with Jared and Todd, and there's a couple more. Play Like a Girl, which I'm not sure if it is on Naked.Sportz or SFBN, but go check out Play Like a Girl.
So
Ocean State podcast.
Fans Only Sports?
Fans Only Sports, you're right. And the Tom Gronkowski podcast. Tom Gronkowski podcast have a very interesting topic this week because they're trying to get Julian Edelman on the show. So you are watching Bet the Deep podcast. We'll be right back. All right, boom, we're live. We're going to be going over a couple NFL futures. We did this 2 weeks ago, but Sportsbook Rhode Island just recently opened up season wins, how many wins accumulated for each team. So we are going to go over that. A couple of these are going to be interesting. A couple of them we might skip over because they're not really that big of a deal. And then shortly, Mark will be joining the podcast, and we'll be ending with our bets for UFC 261, which will be coming live in 2 days, April 24th. All right. Oof.
Arizona Cardinals, regular season wins, must play 17 games.
Over, under 8. I have over on that.
I have over on that all day. I think Cardinals are a sleeper this year. They could win that division. Low key. People riding high on Seattle still and the 49ers. I don't see it happening. They could do it. Okay, next. Atlanta Falcons, regular season wins, must play 17 games, over under 7.
Under.
Under. There's a lot of good teams this year. You know, they're fizzling out. Baltimore Ravens, over under 11.
Under.
Under. I do not see that happening.
We already saw them degress from 2 years ago into last year, and so I think that division's getting tougher too. I think the Steelers are always good for defense. The Browns are getting better, man. Browns are getting better, and Joe Burrow is going to get better too if they can get some protection around him. So I think that division's getting tougher. Lamar Jackson may have already hit his prime. Honestly, they didn't add any offensive weapons. They got rid of Mark Ingram. I don't like the Ravens this year,
bro.
I like him
that was
for 9
music
games.
to my ears.
I like him for 9 games. I think they'll go positive,
bro. We are thinking telepathically on that one.
And mind us, there is now 17 games this year. So when we think of these win totals, realize that it's 17, not just 16.
Yeah.
Bills over under 10.5. That's tough. That's kind of tough, actually. Let's see what they did last year. I want to say they were 11-5 last year.
Yeah, but you got Cam Newton for another year. You got a rising team in Miami, but we both think that Miami's going to tank because Bills are better.
No, I do not think Miami's going to tank. I think Miami's going to be able to hit the playoffs this year.
It depends who they take with their first pick. Are they going to take an O-lineman?
They're going to take a wide receiver.
A wide receiver?
Mm-hmm. And they're going to give Tua another option. They might even take the tight end out of Florida, who's probably the best player in this draft. So
interesting.
Last year, just to refresh our memory, the Bills went 13-3. I think the Jets will not win more than 4 games. I don't think they have much progression. I think the Patriots are going to stay where they are. Maybe
they might
go
get a couple more wins. That's
maybe
what
go
I mean.
9-8. Patriots right over 500. Dolphin. We're talking about the Bills though. Over 10.5. I'm going to go Bills over 10.5.
We'll go over as well, just because I think they're a good team.
They're a really good team, and
I
they
think the
brought
Dolphins
back
are
all
going
of
to
their
tank.
players.
I think Dolphins.
Well,
are
you know what?
tank.
We're going to be hitting Miami soon. So.
Jets are going to be getting a couple more wins. I think. Oh man. Yeah, we'll see if they can keep it up. I think they're a force though. If Josh Allen can stay healthy, obviously. And then wide receivers. If their wide receivers can stay healthy, they got some fast ones over there.
Carolina over under 7.5. I got under. Christian McCaffrey coming back is going to help that offense improve, but Sam Darnold's going to need a while to get used to Matt Rule's offense. I think in the long term it's a good run for them, but this year I don't think it's over. I think they get 7 wins, so I'm going to take under. Chicago Bears over under 7.5. I got under for that too.
Well, who's their quarterback?
Andy Dalton.
Under. What the fuck?
There's rumors that they're going to trade up in the draft, but I don't like any of the quarterbacks that they would trade up for to win over 8 games this year, so I'm going to still take some of that.
Bengals, interesting. Over under 6.5.
What did they went 4-11-1, but last year they were like 3-3 with Burrow, and then he got hurt. They're going to be probably drafting him protection in the first round this year. They have some decent O-line, some decent receivers.
Look at that division.
That division's super tough, though. 6.5. Man, it pains me to say under.
All right, but Ravens aren't going to win as much, right?
Browns are probably going to have a win less. Steelers are definitely going to have 2 wins less. Yeah, I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over
because it's 17 games.
I'm committing.
So you're saying they'll at least go 7-10. I'm not prepared to say that. Oh
man, I'm not prepared to say that. 7-10, under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. It pains me to say that because I like Cincinnati and I really like Joe Burrow, but I think they just need 1 more year.
Yeah, even a couple.
Have we agreed on every single one of these so far? Over, under, over, under. Yep, so far.
Wow.
Cleveland Browns over under 10. Mind you, there's an extra game.
Over.
Now, I hate when they don't have a half a point because this means
you win or lose.
And I think they go 10-7. So I'm gonna push.
I'm gonna go under. I mean over.
You're gonna go over?
No, you can't push. You got to choose.
Well, I'm not gonna bet. I'm not gonna take because I think they're gonna go 10-7.
Oh, you can't just not choose.
Not choose? Well, I don't want to get one wrong.
Shut the hell.
If I was gonna choose, I would take under 10.
Okay, then under.
But I just want to note it on this podcast that I believe that they're gonna go 10-7, so I would not put anything on this.
Yeah, but even if it, what do you mean? That's not a losing. You didn't lose.
Well,
It's saying a push.
Right, I know.
Boom. That was Cowboys. Over under 9.5. Under. Under.
Over.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I really like the Cowboys. As long as Dak plays
yeah.
If Dak plays every game, then I like them over. But is he going to play every game?
Under.
Let's see if Dak's going to play. Dak Prescott will return to the Cowboys. The only question left facing is his health. Cowboys reportedly confident Dak Prescott can return to top shape ahead of the season. You know what? Who's their backup? This is the website I go to for all my depth charts that I look up for the mock drafts and shit. Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert. I'm going to take over because I like the Cowboys roster, and I think that they were a really good team until Dak left last year. And I think Dak's still only getting better. You know, Dak Prescott had more passing yards in the 6 games he played than Sam Darnold had the whole season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take over 9.5, and you're going to take under?
I'm going to take the under. He can't hold on to the goddamn ball.
All right.
Denver Broncos over under 7.5.
We only got 20 minutes, and I still want to save 10 minutes, so let's try to get through these quick.
Okay. Over under.
Denver under 7.5.
Under as well. Detroit Lions over under 5.
Over
as well.
I like Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's who they have. Green Bay Packers over under 11.
That's a good question. Packers last year went 13-3. The division's not getting much better. It's getting worse, honestly. What up?
How's it going?
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over, especially with an extra game.
Yeah.
What is it? 11?
Yep. Houston Texans over under 5. Under.
Texans under 5. Yeah.
Indianapolis Colts over under 10. I'm leaving this one in your hands. Whatever you choose, I choose.
10.
Extra game.
Texans getting worse. Jaguars getting better. Titans getting a little worse.
You can say worse. I think
Colts have more
Colts
potential, but maybe at the moment they don't have an addition at quarterback. Maybe the overall has gone down a bit. The running game is the best in that division. The defense is the best in that division. The running game is not the best, actually. The Titans is the best, but it's the second best. They went, 11-5 last year. It's over under 10. With an extra game,
over.
I'm going to say over.
What do you think?
I have no idea. This is all your territory.
What's up, Mark? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, Zach. How you been?
Pretty good, man.
How you been?
Decent, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin? How you been?
Pretty good. Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, so we've done half the teams right now. We've done half the teams. I say we save the rest of the second half of the teams for next week.
Okay.
So we can kind of carry on for that. We can also see if any of the win totals have changed. So let's see if I can do this.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Those are our bets. Totally not clear. Is there any way I can make this more clear?
Oof.
Absolutely not.
No.
We'll go over it next week.
This is when we need Mark on the side because you're going to school for editing.
Going to school for editing. I'll definitely take an editing class.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, I didn't. I didn't get it in my course load this year.
Oh, all right, never mind.
All right,
scratch what I just said.
All right, we will be right back. Thank everybody for staying tuned in. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about UFC 261, and right now we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back. You're watching Bet the Deep podcast on Naked.Sportz. That's Naked.Sportz on YouTube, no spaces. Boom, we're live.
Boom. We're motherfucking live.
All right. UFC 261. By the way, if you want to know more in-depth information on the UFC and every MMA, because we have more MMA promotions that we're going to be talking about this week, stay tuned for MMA Complete Podcast, which is coming to you next every Thursday night at 8 p.m. So, for UFC 261, headlined by the rematch of the welterweight championship between Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal. Kamaru Usman has been the favorite the whole time, and he's been getting pounded with fucking everybody still voting him. His odds went even higher.
Yeah.
He's been minus 400 the whole time. He went to minus 410 last week. Now he's at minus 450.
Was he?
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he was minus 3.
No, he was minus 400 the whole time.
Is it Vegas odds?
Whole time. Sportsbook, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Kamaru, which means that Jorge Masvidal has now gone to plus 350. So that's good odds for Masvidal, and I think that's worth putting some money on. However, I got Usman.
Yeah, I have Usman too.
I got Usman.
Colby has Jorge Masvidal. He was really hesitant, but he agreed with me that for the pod bet, because we're parlaying it, Usman's the safer bet.
Yo, I bet on Usman, but I do have a bet for Masvidal. Personally.
Masvidal's odds for decision are really interesting.
They're plus 1,400.
Masvidal for decision is plus 1,400.
That's a safe bet.
That's a really good bet. That's like what we did for Stipe versus Ngannou.
Yeah.
Stipe by decision was something crazy. Like we did that again.
Stipe by submission was crazy.
Yeah, it was. So I'm gonna go fight by fight, and then we can talk about the pod bet. I think if that works for you guys.
I'll go fight by fight. So with this fight, I got Usman, obviously, over 4.5 too.
Usman over 4.5.
Yeah.
Considering George Masvidal's never been put away, I'd be willing to bet that too.
And I would go Usman decision if I had to, and I would put that as a straight bet. Usman by decision minus
Usman
125.
by decision, yeah.
I like that. I like that combination right there.
I think I don't think Jorge is going to be able to finish Usman.
I don't
think Usman's going to be able to finish Jorge.
I think George could actually, if he can stuff all the takedowns and figure out to fight against the cage, he might be able to outstrike Usman for points.
I think he's better on the feet.
Yeah,
Who?
this boxing.
Maybe not better on the feet, but
Better
maybe
boxing.
stronger left.
Yeah, he does have a strong left. Darren Till knows all about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the main event. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, it is. I'm actually, the first time I am more excited about the women's fights than the main event.
Yeah. Over under 2.5 is minus 350 for the over. Over under 3.5 minus 250 for over 3.5.
Wow.
Under is plus 175. Interesting.
Are we talking about the women's fights now?
Yep.
I missed it. What's up? My bad.
We are talking about Wiley Zhang versus Rose Namajunas.
All right. I've been looking at this fight more than any of the others because in my mind, I have Usman and Shevchenko soundedly. And Zhang Namajunas, I think, is the closest of the 3 title fights. Wiley Zhang had an absolute battle with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Took everything that Joanna had and still won. But Rose beat Joanna twice.
Yeah.
Rose also had a controversial decision in the second one where Joanna had better accuracy, more strikes, and a couple takedown stuffs, but Rose still won. Rose also lost to Jessica Andrade not too long ago, but then beat her in the rematch. So she's been on kind of a roller coaster, but besides the one loss to Andrade where she got slammed on her head and knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, that was brutal.
She's won. Besides that, she's won like her last 7 fights. Wiley Zhang has
20 straight.
Finished every single one of her competitors over the last 6 years, besides Joanna. I believe I've been saying over 4.5 this whole time.
Under. I'm saying under for Zhang Wiley.
And I'm tempted to say under. I have Wiley Zhang winning. I think If Rose wins, it's by a finish.
I think Renee could choke if Rose wins.
But I really think that Weili Zhang, like, god damn, I don't. This fight really interests me. This fight really interests me.
That is a great matchup.
It's such a great matchup. We saw how tough Zhang is, and not knocking Rose, but we haven't seen her go 5 rounds like that with anybody.
No.
We haven't. But she totally could. I mean, she did it. Actually, she did it with Joanna. It wasn't as great of a fight, but she went 5 rounds with Joanna the second time.
She's powerful, too. She's got powerful striking.
I would say that Zhang's way more powerful, but Rose has better technique. Maybe not better technique, but she has really good patience and head movement.
She's got a little height advantage, too.
I'm going to go over. I'm sticking.
I really want to stick to my over 4.5.
I'm going to go over, and you guys can say what you think, and then I will go method of victory.
Well, let's look at the prop bets for each of their wins. So Weili Zhang by decision is plus 160.
That's
Rose by knockout, TKO, or DQ is 500, plus 500. That's interesting to me.
Rose by submission, plus 650.
I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if she's gonna submit her.
Weili Zhang. I wouldn't put too much real estate in that, but it's a very big possibility.
Absolutely.
She is good on the ground.
Rose is good on the ground, but she hasn't used her ground advantage in like her last 4 fights. Like she doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah.
She used it on Andrade a little bit, but not much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
draws plus 5,000.
So Weili Zhang by decision plus 160, TKO 240. I'm gonna go decision because I think that this goes the whole way. You know, I really like the under 4.5, but I think this is gonna be a battle.
I think so too.
And I think if it gets finished, if it's under, then Zhang definitely wins.
Yeah.
If it's over, it could be either way.
Over under 3.5. Over minus 188. Under plus 137.
So where's Shevchenko Andrade?
Yeah.
I would take that over minus 188 all day.
So you think knockout and towards the end of the fourth?
No, I'm going to say over 4.5. I'm going to say over 4.5.
You're going to say over?
Yeah.
Oh, for the
over
Weili fight?
For Zhang Namajunas.
Yeah, I'll say under.
You say under? Oh, you did say that.
I think it might be early. I don't know. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Second, third round, maybe.
Rose always seems to have those crazy moments. You know what I mean? Whether she's on the right or the wrong side of it, she always has like that crazy moment that no one predicted.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him about how her first fight against Joanna, she was like plus 500, and she knocked her out in the first round.
Andrade is in this card too.
Yeah, Andrade takes on Shevchenko.
Mm-hmm.
In a fight that, you know, it's unfortunate because Jessica Andrade is a world-class jiu-jitsu black belt, but I don't give her any chance against Shevchenko.
She wants to bang with her, and that's not the right move with Shevchenko considering her reach advantage.
Well, look what just happened in her last fight. Everyone thought Shevchenko was going to stand up with Maya the whole time, and she fucking took her down for the last 4 rounds.
Yeah,
and Maya is a black belt, and Shevchenko absolutely killed her on the ground.
She did.
I think Shevchenko is easily the second best woman in the world behind Misha
Tate, yeah.
Amanda Nunes. And Jessica Andrade is really good on the ground. She's going to have to be really good on her back. She could totally catch Shevchenko, but I don't think she will. I think Shevchenko is going to easily win that fight.
I think Shevchenko is going to fight smart. She's going to fight long like a kickboxer. And she's going to be able to circle out before Andrade can get too close to pound on her.
It's one of those things, like she's the champ, so she's only lost to Amanda Nunes.
The GOAT.
So until she loses to anyone else, I'm not picking against her.
She is the
GOAT.
GOAT.
That's fair. That's a fair way to think.
Over under 4.5. Over is plus 100. Under is minus 120. So it's the first one.
I think it's under.
You think it's under?
I think it's under.
What do you got?
Shevchenko.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're still talking about the women's fight.
Yeah,
I thought we were talking about Weidman versus Hall.
Nah.
Not yet.
Although, let me look up what Andrade by submission is.
It is plus 1,000.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Andrade by submission is plus 1,000. Shevchenko by decision plus 150. Shevchenko by submission plus 500.
Shevchenko by TKO is plus 210.
Wow, that's
really good.
I like that.
Good bet.
I like that bet. That's the one that stuck out the most to me.
Plus 210. Wow. You're gonna pick Shevchenko. have a safety on the decision.
Well, her last fight went the distance, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? And then let's look at this.
It could be on the fight could be on the ground.
Over 3.5.
Decisions plus 150.
Shevchenko versus Andrade. Over 2.5 minus 188.
Over 2.5 minus 188.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I take that.
Yeah, I'd take that too.
I'd put a couple racks on that if I had it.
All right.
A couple units.
Couple.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. We got 3 more fights I want to talk about. 2 more fights.
7:43. We got 7.
I got 7:45. All right.
7:43.
Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. I think this is going over 2.5.
I'm riding Chris Weidman heavy.
I've been Chris Weidman the whole time.
Yeah.
Chris Weidman, little hesitant, sketches me out, but I'm going Chris Weidman.
Now, can we talk about how Weidman already knocked out Uriah Hall like 8 years ago?
Yeah, way back in the day. And that was
so he's only minus 130, huh? I thought people were pounding him.
Yeah, I think that they assume that Weidman's going to want to bang with Uriah Hall, but if Weidman's fighting smart, which is an older fighter, I imagine he would, he's not gonna. He's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Well, he's a wrestling NCAA.
Dude, I think he's going to stand and bang with him.
He can box, though.
He can.
Box good.
Look at what the fuck he did with Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
It was a long-ass time ago. I get it. But look at who's the guy that he just faced? Omari Akhmedov? I'm pretty sure that's his name. The last guy he fought, or he was on a 4-fight win-loss streak, and he just fought Akhmedov, and he only took him down once.
Yeah.
So I think, listen, unless Uriah Hall spinning back kicks him, I got Weidman all the way. I really do. Another interesting bet, Uriah Hall by TKO is plus 210.
It's not bad considering that.
Chris Weidman
is plus 710 by TKO.
By TKO,
it's
really?
Plus 710. Chris Weidman by decision plus 200. By submission is plus 400.
I think I'm going to go to a casino for that TKO.
Yeah, Chris Weidman by TKO plus 700.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'll definitely take that bet.
All right, and then the last one we got is Jimmy Crute versus Anthony Smith. And I was thinking about this. Me and Austin were talking about it at dinner yesterday. I have been Jimmy Crute the whole time. I now think that I don't want to touch this fight because I'm starting to think Anthony Smith. Listen, Jimmy Crute does not have any competition under his belt. Although he's young and he's 12-1, and he his last fight he won, which I can't remember who his last fight was against, but it was against someone.
Anthony Smith, on the other hand, he's only lost to big names.
Bukakis, yeah.
Jimmy Crute has only beaten no-namers. He beat Sam Alvey and Paul Craig. So that was 2 years ago.
Paul Craig.
And Anthony Smith has only lost to fucking badasses like Alexander Rakic, Glover Teixeira, and John Jones.
That's it?
Thiago Santos.
Yeah.
And then to go back to his loss, besides those 4, it's 2015.
Yeah, he beat Gustafsson in 2019.
He did. And he beat Ozdemir. He beat Shogun. He beat Devin Clark, who Devin Clark was supposed to be an up-and-comer, just like Jimmy Crute is. You know what I mean? So I don't know who to bet. I'm honestly leading a little bit towards Anthony Smith now.
I'm leaning towards Anthony
Smith.
But
I don't want to put anything on it because we've seen the young guys come up and knock the fuck out.
No, they got to get that flame.
Right.
Anthony Smith he's not that old though.
But let's look at this. This is what I would be interested in. And they don't have the prop bet. I would wonder Anthony Smith by decision, what that would be, because he's already plus 170.
Yeah.
So if we could get odds on that right now, Sportsbook Rhode Island doesn't have it. So what do you guys think? Do you have one that you think that you would rather?
I can't say safely. I don't know, Jimmy.
How about over under 1.5?
Oh,
I might take over on that.
Take the over.
Yeah, I'd take the over on that.
Take the over. And I will take. Fuck it. I'm going to take Anthony Smith plus 170.
Anthony Smith?
And the over 1.5.
That's fair.
Parlay bet, I'm putting Jimmy Crute on there, though.
All right. So let's go over our prop. Let's go over the pod bet real quick. Okay. Kamaru Usman.
Okay. That's agreed.
Kamaru Usman.
I think.
Agreed.
No, I'm agreed on it.
Oh, yeah.
All I'm saying, I think Masvidal has a fucking damn good chance.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
For the number he is getting, and they're not giving him respect for going the distance on 6-day notice, it's fucking disgraceful. And it's to cash out. Yes.
All right. And now we've talked about the over-under 4.5. I'm less confident. I now want to say Zhang instead of over-under. So you want to add Zhang to the pod bet?
Yeah, just a clear.
Just Zhang.
Just Zhang. Okay.
So we have Usman minus 450, Zhang minus 200. Shevchenko minus 450.
Yep, Shevchenko. Yeah.
Over 4.5 is plus 100.
For who?
For that fight.
I won't touch that.
No?
Over. No.
Okay. That's smart. Shevchenko could knock her out. Hall Weidman. I would be interested in going over 2.5 on this.
Yeah, I'd pick Weidman over 2.5.
Weidman over 2.5, but I would definitely put money on him getting the TKO.
Oh yeah, separate bet.
Well,
$20
for the pod bet.
Yeah.
For the pod bet, because this is how I want to finish it off. Do we want to do Weidman straight out or over 2.5?
Weidman definitely you want to have on there.
Weidman's odds are a little bit worse than over 2.5.
Would you guys want to match with the over 2.5 for Weidman, or would you just want to pick one
on a parlay? You can't on a parlay.
You can't?
Yeah, you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I've
always done that.
I got Weidman over 2.5 right here.
Do you have it with Weidman winning straight out?
Yeah.
Oh no, not with the decision. No, you can't do that. Oh, winning.
Yeah, he did.
Oh no, not with the. You can't do it with the decision, but you can do it with that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got pretty good odds too. It's plus.
All right, so you want to? So we should just take Weidman then.
Weidman.
I'm thinking Weidman.
Okay.
I wouldn't put two things on one fight.
And then, do we want to go over 1.5 with Jimmy Crute, Anthony Smith, or do we not want to touch?
I don't think we want to touch that because I don't know enough.
And over 1.5.
I like the over 1.5.
They're light heavyweight.
We'll think about it. That one's to be continued. So right now we have Usman straight, Zhang straight, Shevchenko straight, Weidman straight.
We need one more.
What?
We got for those four. We have plus 296.
What did we throw in that over for Chris Weidman?
Say again.
Over for Chris Weidman.
Throw in the over.
Or we could pick over for the Usman fight.
If we throw in the over for Weidman Hall, it now turns to plus 656.
Okay, now throw in the over for Usman Masvidal because I think that's an over.
We're now at plus 1,055.
I like that.
I don't know if I want to take the over on Usman Masvidal.
That's fair because Masvidal.
I like the plus 6 then.
Plus 656.
Yeah.
So we might change it, but as of right now, pod bet we got Usman, Zhang, Shevchenko, Weidman. Over 2.5.
Let me write that bitch. Let me write that.
All right, and that's going to do it for Bet the Dude Podcast episode 4.
Yeah.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you stay tuned for MMA Complete coming up next every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to be out of here. Thank everybody for tuning in.
Go buy the Cucina de Catharina pasta sauce. It's better than your mama's gravy. I'm just telling you that right now. Go ahead and fight me on it. 5.0. You're not going to get a better sauce out of the jar from a store than Cucina de Catharina.
Dinner time!